This is the World War II Memorial. Now, the first time I was ever in Washington, D.C. was October of 2010. And it was way before I was even considering running for office, before I even thought I would ever run for office. In fact, it was never even my mindset to ever be in public office. And my pawpaw, Kenneth Morris, got invited to come on an honor flight. World War II veteran. He swore he'd never fly again, especially after the war. And he agreed to go on the honor flight as long as I came with him. And so we loaded up. I honestly don't even know how many veterans was with us. I know on his bus there's 50, and it was real cool because almost all of them were World War II veterans at the time. We pull up here, they all got wheelchairs. We set out like 50 wheelchairs, and everybody's got a chaperone, so everybody's pushing their veteran, and I'm pushing Paw, and he's walking up here, and of course he had his cowboy hat on like this because he always wore it cocked-eyed. And right before we get to the monument, which I'll show you in a second, the first veteran stood up. And then every single one of these guys that had been in a wheelchair, literally had been in a wheelchair for us to push them around. Now, they could walk, but they were, would rather be in a wheelchair. The first one stood up, he says, I'm not even pushing them, I'm going to walk in on my own 2 feet. And every single one of them stood up. I'll tell you, I got pretty emotional by it. And then we all just kind of walked in. So this brings it's kind of a special place for me because it was the last trip that Papa and I actually went on together. He did see me get elected to office, but that was 3 years later. So let's go. So right here, literally this was nothing but empty wheelchairs. It was, and everybody, it was neat because the public wasn't shut off from the place, but the public had enough awareness to it that they saw what was happening, and they stopped and started clapping. You'll notice there's wreaths around the outside and the inside, and every one of those wreaths represent a state. And the first thing everybody did was run to their state and take pictures of it. And even though you think that, these are all guys from Oklahoma, they were from Oklahoma, but a lot of them moved to Oklahoma. So they were gathering at different areas around, and when they did, they started talking about, well, where did you serve? I served in the Pacific, or I served in Europe. Well, what group was you with? Papa was with 300 Combat Engineers Company C. And then it was like a reunion because, well, I was with Company B. And then these guys just started talking and telling war stories, which was my favorite thing to hear from them. But it was like they came to life. When they walked back out, they all just kind of like clapped in their wheelchair. And it was just, I don't know, it's a special moment.